What are you talking about, blackmail? Look, all I did was offer to flog him a few pictures that might prove embarrassing if they fell into the wrong hands. The paparazzi do it all the time.
Yeah, but they don't kidnap people if they don't play along.
You're supposed to be kidnapped?
And right now, you're suspect number one.
Oh, this is ridiculous. The photographs weren't for me. I was paid to take them.
By who?
His wife, Mary Harris.
Mr. Bright claims you paid him cash up front to find evidence that your husband was having an affair.
This is absolutely ridiculous. The man's obviously lying.
Why would he do that, Mary?
How should I know? You think I'm the one who's lying, don't you? I've never heard of this man. Take me to him and I'll prove it.
Well, Mary, we can't really do that, but there is another way we can check Mr. Bright's story.
Who's this?
Mary Harris. The woman you said hired you.
Must be a different Mary Harris. The woman who hired me was a blonde, for a start.
Roger never guessed. When none of the lot me'd heard or saw anything. How'd it go to CCTV?
Well, Mr. Patterson was right. There was nothing to help with the assault. But I did get a lead on that bike. Sorry, but it looks like Tonto couldn't help himself.
Rudy, I'm gonna kill him. Oh, and then Tash will kill me.
Well, maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions.
I call this pretty conclusive.
Well, perhaps there's extenuating circumstances.
I was just coming to arrest you for theft.
I ain't stole nothing. I was just on my way to Kieran's house and I found something that you think you should take a look at.
Skunk. Rudy, can you just stay here a minute, please?
I ain't no thief.
What do you want to do with this?
Well, we can either book it in and Nick Kevin, who would deny all knowledge of it, or we can replace it in handlebars and give him the bike back.
And go fishing for drug dealers.
Yeah, let's run it up the flagpole with CID. Shouldn't you clear things up with Tonto first? In no hurry to go anywhere, is he?
Just mucking about on his bike.
Hold on, he's got a call. Right, here we go.
Well, Bright has agreed to do an e-fit. At least we'll have something to work with then. Find the woman who hired Mark Bright and we find our kidnapper.
But is she working alone? Seems unlikely.
What do they want? We haven't had a ransom demand. All seems a bit haphazard.
Sorry to interrupt, but the initial searches on the taxi that Peter Harris got in this morning have just come back and we've got 5 possible matches. We've got the details and we're searching for the drivers now. Also, you wanted in the briefing room, technical support said that the kidnappers have just got in touch with Mrs. Harris.
Got him. Stealing. Off the bike. What's your back? Out. You're both under arrest for possession of a controlled substance. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defense. If you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on in court.
What we got, Mickey?
There's an email with a video attachment. Hang on.
Mary, if you're watching this, I've been instructed that the price of my freedom, life, is £50,000.
50,000?
Now, I know you don't think we've got this, but if you go into my study and look on the shelves, there's a DVD on travel. Inside the cover, there's a key with a blue tag. It fits a security box at the Condor Hotel. Cash is inside the box. Someone will call you later and tell you what to do with it. And one thing you must not do is go to the police. And Mary, Mary, remember, whatever happens, I love you.
How can someone have 50 grand's worth of cash squirreled away and their wife not know about it?
We saw a reaction. When Peter said the demand was for 50,000, she nearly fell over. Besides, it's hardly the only thing about her husband that Mary doesn't know, is it?
I'm still very uncomfortable with Gina being involved in the investigation.
Imagine how she feels about it. Thank you. 220. You think the taxman knows about this?
Hang on. Something else in here. Didn't Mark Bright say the woman that hired him was blonde?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Peter. What have you been up to?
If I hear the words no and comment one more time.
Could go anywhere with Kevin Roberts, eh?
Nah. How'd you get on with the buyer?
There's an architect called Greg Haley. He's never been arrested before, and he's scared the courts will throw the book at him for buying drugs from a kid.
Well, John, they told him he'd only get a caution.
But then he would never have coughed the name of his regular supplier.
Who is?
Would you believe an older kid called Chris?
Kevin's brother.
Yeah, been supplying him for 6 months. Once a week, same time, same place, same drugs. Until today, when Chris was injured and Kevin stepped in on his behalf.
So that's why Kevin's been keeping quiet. Gonna try again with his brother's name as leverage?
No. Let's make like Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse.
You don't really expect me to admit supplying drugs. It's a punter's word against mine.
What about Kevin? He's never been arrested before, but because he did you a favour, he's in big trouble.
He wasn't doing me no favour. You've got things all wrong.
So why don't you put us straight then?
We're talking off the record, right?
If by off the record you actually mean on the record, then yes, we're not messing about here, Chris. Your brother's in a lot of trouble. You want to help start talking.
I've done a bit of running for a while, but packed it in. Next thing I know, the guy I was working for has pulled Kevin in to do my work. So this morning, I went to go and warn the guy off.
And he came off second best.
It's not the kids on the estate you should be after. They're just runners. It's the guy pulling their strings. And I could lay it on for you.
And he's gonna trust you?
Not me. Kevin. You promised to go easy on him. Let me talk to him. I could persuade him to help you catch the main man.
Well, we might be able to do something, but we need a name first.
He runs the youth centre. Paul Patterson.
Who is this woman? I don't understand. Why is there a picture of a woman and a baby I've never seen in my life in my husband's possession?
Well, we're not sure. We thought at first it might have been the woman who hired Mark Bright, but he's adamant that it isn't. All we know is that her first name is Sarah. Look, Mary, I'm sorry about this. We had no intention to hurt you in any way.
I just want to know what's going on.
So do we, Mary.
We've had another email.
Mary, I'm presuming you've got the money by now. Because if you haven't, I'm to tell you I'm in big trouble. I know how tough this is for you, so I've asked if a friend can deliver it instead. I've suggested Barry. I'm sure you'll have gone to him for help already.
Why would you want Barry to do it?
The money's to be put in a small zip bag and brought to a bench in the middle of Sherborne Park. There's a bin next to it. The money's to be placed in the bin at exactly 6 o'clock, and someone will come to collect it. Then, if everything goes according to plan, I'll be released safe and sound.
How are we doing with tracing the origin of these emails?
Well, we've been in touch with the service provider, but as they're internet-based email accounts with obvious fake names, it's taking time. They use separate email accounts each time, so for all we know, they could be sending them from separate computers.
Look, Kevin, what we're after is Patterson's stash.
And Chris doesn't know if it's in the centre or not.
We need to keep you in sight the whole time. So call Patterson and tell him to meet you outside.
Then tell him I need more gear.
To serve the guy you saw skunked to this morning.
Tell him he called you back and he's on his way over to pick up another couple of ounces. When he goes to get the gear, we'll move in.
You all right with that?
Guess I'll have to be.
You saw what Patterson did to your brother.
Yeah.
Do you reckon Patterson will go for it?
I'll lay money on it. He needs Kevin as a runner.